Hello and welcome to Taekwondo Training. I'll be instructing for today's show, Bob Lemire. Today's show, as you can see, you got a couple of fighting sticks here. I'm going to just use one. I want to show you a bamboo, which is really nice. All right, I've had this for 25 years, 30 years. But when you're practicing, especially children, this is sort of a rubber, all right, or a plastic with rubber around it. All right, still hurt. Still hurt, but you're not gonna get what the devastation you're gonna get if you use this, a bamboo. So we'll work with with the rubber one. You can buy these online, Amazon fighting sticks. They're very inexpensive, nice to have, and you can even buy good ones just for your own protection. Even with these, as you're practicing, you'll whack yourself in the eye and anywhere in your body if you're not taking your time and relaxing, and try to follow a couple of basic ways of training, okay? What's great about something like this, and when I say this is rubber, I mean a good stick, all right? If you go walking, and if you know how to use it a little, you don't have to use it a lot. You just have to know how to make it work so you don't hurt yourself. You go for a walk, or you're in a neighborhood, or wherever you're going, you can carry this around. It's not intimidating to anybody, especially a woman, all right? You just got a little stick with you or something, instead of the long bow, all right? And you're just walking, or you're jogging. So you're jogging down the road, you got this in your hand. Even the wild animals are going to go, all right, we won't bother with that one. But anyway, when you do use, and I'm going to give you my theory and the way I like to use the sticks. Some people are back on the other side of the TV going, I don't do them that way. Well, everyone does things their own way, all right? You learn, and then you decide what works for you. I like to choke up. And you don't have to choke up. See, I can go way down. Choking up means same thing with baseball bat. Choking up means coming up just so you have more control. And I just choke up just a little, all right? Instead of going long around, I choke it up so that it's a little shorter, all right? It's a little shorter. And you have more control, all right? You have more control. When you have it in your hand, especially with the rubber ones. Now, I say with the rubber ones, and even if you're in your bedroom, years ago when I was in my teenagers, when I lived with my parents, they had a big bedroom. So I figured I would practice nunchucks and my stick in their bedroom. I took out a lot of lamps and put a lot of holes in the roof because I didn't have rubber ones. I had real ones. My parents weren't too happy, but they understand that, boy, I was training a lot and I was enjoying myself. They let it ride. But I had to stop in the bedroom because I was taking out all the lamps. I mean, eventually, it leaves your hand, all right? I hate for something like this to leave my hand in this studio. You got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment. Anyone can let it go. Anyone can make a mistake. We're not all perfect. Hold it in your hand, say with a nice little choke. You choke up a little, right? Take your wrist and relax. See how I'm not holding it tight, tight, tight? If you hold it tight, 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 it's hard to have any movement, all right? And just so that you get a feel for it, all right? Just so you get a feel for it, just swing your arm, your hand around like this. Look at it. And all I'm doing is, all right, I'm relaxing I go like this with your wrist, all right? Just relax. Try to get it so that you could swing it all around your body, and look at the nice exercise I'm getting. So if I started swinging this, and a lot of times when I'm swinging it, I'll snap. I'll have a snap at the end. Same as you would with a punch or a knife hand, you snap it at the end. I would snap, and I'm still using my hip jog, right? Someone's coming at you, you're running, this big guy coming at you, and you start saying, just stay away, stay away. They see this coming, they don't know what they're going to walk into. All right? Try not to be way out. It's short, and most of the time I'm in some kind of stance. I'm not in this like, if you're in this type of stance, which is a natural ready stance, all right, you're way off balance, all right? When you're in any kind of fighting position, even when you have a stick. When you're in a fighting position, just like you're walking, now you have control. You can come back, you can go forward. You can throw a kick. You can throw a, see, boom, boom, all right? Boom. Notice I don't keep it straight, all right? I don't do that. I have a snap. Look at easy workout. So I'm snapping at the last second. How easy is that? You say, well, why would I even have to practice that? Well, just so that you have an idea of what it takes. And if you practice this a lot, look at 1. I'm coming down here, or I'm coming across the face. 1. Look at 2. All right? Now, I'm hitting spots, and I'm putting a little power instead of going. Hands are up. Notice this hand's still up. I can still block with this. I can still punch. I can use any kind of hand technique. I'm ready for a kick. I'm ready for all my weapons to just take off, but I got this in my hand, and this is what the bad guy's going to look at. They're going to go, boy, I don't want the tip of that. Even with this, you touch any part of your face and there's pain. And that means you just tap it, even on your body. If I took the real stick, hit you in the arm here, I'm breaking the arm, or I'm causing a lot of problems. The joints, the hands, somebody's coming at you with a grab, and you whack their hands, you're breaking that hand, you're breaking the fingers, all right? Probably not with the rubber, but definitely with a bamboo, or even if you cut up a dowel, a regular dowel, you buy it in any of the hardware stores, you can go longer, you can go shorter, something that's comfortable, all right? This is something that they sell, all right? It's about arm's length, all right? It's arm's length. And that's something that I like because it's an extension of your arm, all right? It's an extension of your arm. And if you're going to practice, always practice with the same weight, same height, so that when you're practicing with people, and believe me, if I don't say this every show, if you're practicing, especially with children, you give them one of these, they're going to hit their friends in the face or in the eye. You have to make sure they're either well separated apart or you don't even go with a partner. As I say, this can leave your hand. You take a swing and all of a sudden, oops, bang, right in the face. You don't need that. So, again, every show I'm going to tell you safety's number 1. Because I don't want people to say, especially I don't want them to say, oh, that guy on TV, he's told me to do this. And no, I always talk safety. So, you're in the mirror. Again, don't get too close to the mirror because a lot of times we're not sure the distance. Now, all of a sudden we extended here. All right, I extended 1.5 feet. All right, so, it's a difference from my punch. It's extension. And when you practice, stay in a fighting stance, hand up, 1, 2. Look at 1, 2, 1. Hip jog, 2, 1. How easy can that be? All right. You're running, you're jogging, you got a little stick in your hand. Here comes a big dog. You're going to hit him in the face twice before he gets on you. You're going to have confidence with this. This ain't against the law either, unless you went and attacked someone unprovoked. All right, so again, you can't, no matter what I show you, even with a punch, you go up to someone, punch them unprovoked or not self-defense, you're going to get arrested for that. So, you don't want to be doing that anyway. So, boy, it's just not hard to, and it's not like it looks, all right? Here's the bamboo, and I'm not going to use it too much in here. I get scared, again, with the equipment. But this doesn't look too much intimidating. You're running. You're just someone running. Or even if you're walking anywhere around a spot that you're not used to, you're just going for a walk, you take this. This is going to, if there was a person walking without this and a person walking with this, the bad guy's going to go, I don't want anything to do with that stick, maybe. All right? To me, you can't fight against a gun. But someone had a knife, and I had this, I'd rather have this than the knife. I would do much better with fighting sticks, all right? So left fighting stance or right fighting stance, all right? All right? So down and down. You're coming across, you can hit the face, you can hit, all right? Then, all right? So 1, 2, 3. Now, it might look advanced. Really not. Right? Left fighting stance. 1, 2. Now, as I do my second one, I'm come back here. As I'm turning, I'm going to take my left foot and kind of just slide it over a little so that I can make a full turn and not be pretzeled out. So if I went 1, 2 and not turned, I can't turn because I'm all off balance. So you have to be light on your feet. You have to relax your knees, your hips, your ankles. You have to relax them. The more you practice, the more your body gets used to this type of exercise. So when something really happens, your body's done it so many times maybe that you feel confident and you're not going to stiffen up. You don't want to stiffen up any time, in any situation. Once you stiffen up and they're going to grab you or you just can't move. You got to be loose. And that's why if you know any martial arts and you practice them, you get into a stance. Then you relax and you say, all right, what's your problem? You know, but now you're ready. Look I'm ready for hand technique, attack, any kick. All right, because I'm in that stance. When you got the downward cross here. From here, you got 1 again, 2. So you might see how I turned here. All right, 3. All right, so you practice that in the mirror. Slow, slow. From here, I can actually throw a back kick because I'm in that position. All right, I get 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Same as when we use hand techniques. Once you finish the technique, get ready. You finish the technique, get ready. You throw a kick, you get ready. Same thing with the stick. It's like you're always planning on a million combination. Always one after another, you're always ready. This way, you'll learn how to get the stick in the right position and be able to hit from any position. So if I 1, 2, 3, all right, 4, 5, all right, back, come here. That's just basic. All right, 1, 2. That's all I want you to do is just 1, 2. Don't try anything too fancy. All right, 3, 4 to the midsection. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of people will say, "Well, that's so basic. Why is he even showing that?" Because if you're not relaxed and you don't snap, you're going to go. This is going to get. Right? A lot of fundamentals that are so basic, but they look easy until you do them, and you go, "Wow, that wasn't that easy." Or you're banging yourself on the head. Go easy, and start slow. If you're going to do it in front of a mirror, I prefer doing it outside if you can. So the good weather's coming. Go outside and do it. You're not going to break too much unless you get too near a window or something. Go in your backyard, whatever. If you're in the house, there's a mirror, get away from it. All right, try to stay away from it. Try to use your rubber. All right, try to use your rubber stick. Get better chance of not really breaking a mirror. Okay. Now, again, now say I was told to hold the stick in the middle. I'm just walking, and I got the stick in my hand. Somebody comes up to me. They come really close to me. All right. See how I just snap it here? Snap it here. 1, 2. 1 across, 2 across to here. Right? You can jab. Right? This is choking up right into the middle. If I choke up into the middle, now I got total control of both sides. Easy to slap yourself in the face with it if you're practicing. But if not, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's in the middle. You've got the back, the front. All right, now you've got some combinations you can work with. 1, 2, 1. See, I'm hitting with the back, hitting the front, hitting with the back, front, back. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, the back, 2, 3. You can use it as a spear, all right? Come straight up, and now we're not talking rubber, we're talking a bamboo. You come up to the face of the neck or the throat, the eye with the spear, bad guy's going to want to go away. He's not going to want to do anything. He's just hurting. This around the face of the head area, which is our computer, take the computer out and the rest of everything else falls apart. Drop this or slow it down, everything else slows down on your body. So you can take and you can use it on the body, which is good. You know, you're saving them heartache, the bad guys. But 1, 2, up to the face. Right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up, and the jaw, underneath the jaw. 1, 2, right, 1, 2. That's holding it in the middle. Basic, 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 basic. I don't practice too much with my left, unless I'm doing 2 of them, which I should. But I don't spend that much time with the sticks. You know, I like doing a lot of the kicks and punches and stuff. I like to keep my body as loose as I can. This is just a supplementary little item that is fun, and it's good for if you're going to a tournament and you want to show off and show some forms with a stick or whatever. But look at up underneath. They're here. Bah, bah. You come up underneath and then you bop them in the head. All right? Or you bop them in the head and come up underneath. All right? The old bop in the head. All right? A lot of times, and see, I'm in the left fighting stance, which now I'm in the back, which that means I've got to stretch out a little further than if I was here. So this gets you closer to your opponent. This keeps you farther away from your opponent. Nice thing about that if I was in this position, I'm ready with my strong. See, this is my strong hand. I'm not ambidextrous. So I'm using my strong hand with this. And like I said, you should practice with both. But if it's ever going to hit you or leave you, it's going to be on your opposite side where you're not too strong. So you really have to watch that. Right? You don't want to hit yourself either. But if you got 2 of them, you really want to make sure you know how to use this one also. Right? So, and there's always that, if you're ever going to keep swinging a bat, swinging a thing, you should do the opposite, just for your body. Because if you keep constantly going one way, you develop a muscle. You develop all kinds of things happen on the side that you're using. And then you're back. And if you don't go the opposite way to get those muscles going, which is opposite, now you're going to be off. All right? And I see great golfers. I'm not even going to name them. But you see great golfers with bad backs. They swung that club millions of times. And if they didn't swing the opposite way, maybe they did because they know how to do it. But if they didn't and they just said, no, I'm not worrying about that. I'm just going to keep swinging this way. Then your back is constantly, all right? So the same thing, 1, 2, all right? 1, 2, right 10 times, left 10 times. Then if you're going to practice a lot of different little things, you can use your strong hand. All right? So these are basic little exercises. And as I say, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? 1, 2, 1, across, 2. And that's choking in the middle. All right? 1, 2, 3. All right? 4. Once it's in the middle, you've got control of jabbing up. You come down here, and your body gets used to it. Again, you have to be loose. You don't want it. You can't tighten your body up. You can't tighten your arm up your hand. Right? You tighten it at the moment of impact. That takes practice too, because now you say, well, I'm loose, and it might be loose when I hit. It might be, but you practice so that the last second of impact, now you tighten up so that it don't fall out of your head, out of your hand, and then hit you in the head. Right? So again, and lot of people, they want to go way down on the bottom. I'm against that because it's dependent on the length too. Unless it's a shorter one, then you have a little more control. But something like this, it makes it that much harder for me to control. Slide it down. Slide it down. So, and I know exactly where I want it. It's almost hand length. And I can feel once I start relaxing. And this exercise right here, all right, all you're doing, look at all you're doing, you're not doing anything fancy. It looks fancy once you get going and go real, real fast. Again, I never do anything fast in the studio, especially if I got a weapon in my hand. I'm jinxing myself by saying this, but this ain't going through no cameras. Okay, so you can get these anywhere, bamboo. They sell them on Amazon. They sell them at martial arts stores. They're not expensive. And the great thing about the bamboo I have here is it's hard as you can get, and it's light as you could possibly be. This bamboo and this little piece of plastic about the same weight. All right, and these are about the same size. I always want them to practice. When I'm practicing with something rubber, I want to make sure that exactly the same size, especially for distance, all right? Especially for trying to get, some people even break boards with these things, all right? I wouldn't practice that unless you experienced it or unless you knew what was going on, because things like that can, especially when someone holding this and you miss and hit them in the fingers while they're holding the boards. That's all over, all right? And anyone who's in martial arts for a long period of time and gone to tests and exhibitions and tournaments and who has held the board on hand or kicking has probably gotten kicked in the fingers one way or another or punched. And boy, does that hurt, because you're holding wood and they're coming in hard, but they missed. You don't want to miss with this, right? So again, if you had two, you practice both, all right? Relax, all right? 1, 2, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4. If I had two of these in my hand and you wanted to come at me and beat me up or steal my money, I get a feeling you'd think twice, all right? And they're not against the law to walk around with something like that. So older people, women, I don't want to keep saying woman, but guys going to attack somebody to rob them and stuff, they might be a woman, because they're bullies anyway and they're cowards. They're not going to go after another guy because they don't want to get hit, right? You have this in your hand, they're going to go, oh, what's she doing with the stick, right? And a lot of people go jogging. I see women go jogging in the woods or towards the woods, up in the mountains they go up by themselves. Have something. If you don't have this in your hand for self-defense, get a spray or get one of those small, I see them all the time, electronic devices, and they zap you. They're not expensive. And just to have something, you want to, just if I could save one person's life to say, I'm not going out there again without some kind of protection. And then have them text me and say, wow, I needed it. Someone gave me a hard time, looked, and then, and everyone thinks it ain't going to happen to them. Oh, no, I live in a nice neighborhood. No, I'm up in the mountains. No one's going to bother you. All right, yeah. Never mind, there's animals out there, and they're coming out now because of spring. There's people being attacked by, whether it's a coyote or it's a bobcat or it's a fisher cat. You got to watch it, all right? Or a dog. Dog gets out of his yard, and you have a stick in your hand. You got a good chance of getting him away, because if you're used to, this is fast. As fast as he's coming. You're coming down with the stick. See how I snap it with my wrist? Bop, bop. All right. Again, please don't let the children beat each other up with something like this. And you get them on line, the rubber. Get the rubber. They all different types, and let them learn how to play around with it. They'll have some fun. A lot of schools won't allow you to bring your own weapons in, or unless it's during a, so because our school if people brought in weapons, we have mirrors all around the school. They'd be broken almost every day. These things go flying around. So Again, I know I hop on safety, but I've done it my whole life, and I don't want anyone to get hurt. So if you're going to practice these, have some fun. Have some fun. Take your time. Whether you want to watch this show or you can Google anything with fighting sticks. There's millions and millions of Google things online. Google things, yeah. That's anything online. You could find them. And if you want to see this show, it's on draketv.org. You can find it. We're on YouTube. All right, Grandmaster Bob Lemire, Taekwondo. You Google that, and we have all our YouTube shows and podcast shows. So at any time you want to learn how to do some basic stuff, I only do basic stuff on the show, just so people will not get hurt. And anyone who can't train at home, can't train in the school, can train in their home. All right, and then once they feel comfortable and they, wow, I got to go to a school, or maybe I'll just keep training with him. All basic. I don't do too much crazy stuff, because you get hurt if you're not supervised. Especially a lot of kicks and a lot of things. If you're not supervised by someone who has been doing it for many years, because they've seen how you can get hurt, then things could happen, especially in your house with your family. So try to keep that in mind. And stretch before you start. Make sure you stretch. Don't just grab one of these and start swinging around, because especially if you're older or something, and you're not ready, it's like anything else. You're going to start straining muscles. You're going to start tearing muscles, ligaments. You got to loosen up. So, and you know what? We're not talking hours. We're talking 5 minutes. 5 minutes, just swing around. And it's a good exercise. A good exercise to swing around, stretching your body as you're doing leg stretches. You got this in your hand. Just stretch around. Then when you start working out, everything's warm. You get warm, and your muscles are like Turkish taffy. Remember that? Bonomo's Turkish taffy? Cold, and it snaps. Same thing with your muscles. And cold, and you go like that, it snaps. Warm it up, or move it around. Now it's just, woo. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to snap. So your muscles work the same way, especially when it's cold out in the winter. All right? So you want to warm them up. Warm up the muscles. It's about all the time we have today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, have fun, train hard.